In a world where nothing makes sense, listen as Dre and Ron try to do just that. Welcome to Augmented Reality.
Yeah. What's happening?
What's going on?
You know I gotta do it. You know I gotta do it. Uh, it's been a long day, long weekend, huh?
Yeah, man.
Long day, long weekend, man. Well, you know what? It's only right that we do it. We started this a couple years ago, and it's been our annual thing. Day after the Super Bowl, we tell
Yeah,
y'all people what we think.
yeah, yeah.
you know, who fucked up, who let
You,
Nas down, and all that good shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, let's get
Before we
into
get
it, man.
started,
I'm gonna
before
let
we
you
get
run with.
started,
Oh shit! Here we go.
Tom Brady is the motherfucking GOAT.
I had to. That motherfucker the goat, bruh. Fuck what y'all talk about, man. Haters. I ain't even a Tom
Hey.
Brady fan, bro, but you can't deny that man's greatness.
No, I'm not gonna argue with you on that.
For
Like,
sure.
people was trying to get me to bet. Like, I was hoping Kansas City won, but I was like, you a fool if you put your money on anybody other than
Fool
Tom
if you
Brady,
put your
man.
money against Tom. Yeah.
Like,
So peep this out before we get started again. I had a theory, right?
mm,
And I told my daughter this. January 28th was her birthday. And I told her on her birthday, man, I have a theory. When she was born, the day before she was born, Tampa Bay won their first Super Bowl. Right? And I was like, all
okay,
right, your 18th birthday, Tampa Bay going back to the Super Bowl, and they're the first team to play a Super Bowl and on their home turf.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, you gotta go for Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And they got Tom Brady. Man, you can't argue with that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you can't argue
So
against Tom Brady. Like,
right. So the next day
at the
she
rate
hit
he
me up.
playing,
She's
man,
like,
I think.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying you can't argue against Tom Brady. The rate that he going, he'll play that he 50. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts. you
you
know
know,
what I'm saying?
you put
I
weapons
I
around
think
him.
I honestly think he'll go maybe a couple more years. Maybe three at the most. What is he? 43 now. I think he'll
Yeah,
play till about 46, 47 maybe. You know what I'm saying? I think that we'll see.
yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I can't. My back hurt just getting up trying to go to work in the morning, and I'm 44. all I gotta do is
Well, I mean that
all I
go.
gotta do is walk 2 doors down to work. You know what I'm saying? 2 rooms over, and my back is
Facts,
out. You know what
facts.
I'm saying?
But
Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
so yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So, man, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Me?
What you
I'm a straight meat and potatoes man.
We right to it. Uh, I'm gonna let
right
you
to it?
lead, cause I didn't get to see, but like all of the second half and parts of the
Bet,
first half. So I'm gonna
bet.
let you get your impressions first. I know we argued about this last night for about an hour, so go ahead.
Man, so here's my thing. People started making excuses for this dude, Patrick Mahomes, from the jump. Oh man, he got turf toe. Oh man, he got three offensive linemen that ain't playing in the game. I don't give a fuck. What I saw was a lack of preparation. I saw defenders who were frustrated because their game plan didn't go according to what they planned. And I saw undisciplined football players on both sides of the ball. I'll give you, he had three offensive linemen that were just thrown into the mix. But those three offensive linemen were thrown into the mix in the
No, no,
AFC
that's
Championship
what.
game.
See, that's where you have their offensive that their one of their offensive linemen didn't get hurt until like the very end of that AFC Championship game. He got hurt in like the fourth quarter, and then they had to do shuffling for the Super Bowl week. Now, the most valid point, I'm gonna jump on your side because this is what we argued about yesterday. I'm a Bears fan, so I ain't have a dog in this fight, right? So I'm not exactly. And they trying to get Carson Wentz. That's another thing that. Anyway, I don't know why Chicago like picking up broken down ass pieces of. Anyway, I'm not making excuses for Patrick Mahomes. He tried, like, you know what I'm saying? His receivers didn't show up the way they had been all year. He was running for his fucking life the whole game, dude. Like, 500 yards.
Dude ran.
Just to get away.
Dude ran 500
right.
yards.
I was about to bring that up.
500 yards.
So, but like we were arguing yesterday, it's more like that continuity that you have on that offensive line is important, dude. Especially if it's this blind side, man. Early on in the game, after he found out that they weren't giving him the protection he used to, dude, he was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You start hearing the footsteps. Every play, he started hearing the footsteps. That's not an excuse. Hold on, let me finish my statement.
So let me ask you this.
That's not an excuse when they paying you $500 million. You find a way to overcome the footsteps you hear. You ain't supposed to hear footsteps for $500 million. You know what I'm saying? So that's my point.
So I got a rebuttal to that, right? A couple rebuttals actually. One, those dudes get paid to play this game, right? Those dudes get paid to play this game. One of those dudes that started in the Super Bowl, he played on the Kansas City Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl, right? So he already knows the system. The other two dudes been working with the Chiefs all year.
But see,
so what I'm saying is that it ain't, hold on. It ain't like they just picked these dudes up off the street. These dudes been playing football all their life. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying about the continuity, about the chemistry. I get all of that. I get it all. But the thing is, bro, these dudes get paid to play.
But that was the point I was gonna make. Two of them were out of position, right? They had to move the line around to, you know what I'm saying? It's different from playing guard than playing tackle. Your blocking scheme is different. You know, left side versus right side.
Your blocking scheme is different. Your angles are different. I get all of that. But the bottom line is that the offensive coordinator knowing that, why didn't you start running
They
the ball?
wouldn't have did no better.
You start off running the ball. They panicked. Once the defense couldn't get anything going, they panicked, bro. They was playing on their heels all game long. You know who should have got the Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah,
Todd Bowles.
I give you that.
Todd Bowles should have got the defensive, the Super Bowl MVP because what he did, in my opinion, he exposed the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders did it. The Raiders did it. Nobody bought into it.
Yeah, I'm dropping shit.
Right?
Yeah, it's good. I swear this is my first one too. Like,
so, so what he did, and I think that teams will do next year. You're not going to beat us over the top. We give you anything underneath, right? And we're going to rush you. We're going to send blitzes your way. You're going to have to beat us with somebody other than Tyreek Hill. Because what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did, and they did effectively for 3.5 quarters, was take away Tyreek Hill.
Here's my thing. I don't know if it necessarily exposed them. I think since the Raiders game, everybody knew that was the game plan. You have to have the personnel to be able to get pressure and to be able to cover Tyreek Hill. The key is the pressure. That defensive line was on fire, dude. Like, yeah,
but the Raiders couldn't beat them twice.
You got to make adjustments. My thing My thing was
The Raiders couldn't beat them twice.
Andy Reid and his coaching staff did not make the right adjustments at halftime, right? So like it's
They
not
didn't
even
prepare
even
the
if they were
team.
ill prepared, halftime is when you become a Hall of Fame coach, right? Halftime, especially halftime of the Super Bowl where you got at least a 30-minute wait, you can put in a whole new fucking game plan in 30 minutes, right? You did not make exactly.
Ask the
Exactly.
Atlanta Falcons coach.
I was yeah, like they didn't think
we here, bro.
like they thought, oh, it's
You know
just
what
a
I'm
bad.
saying?
We just off to a slow start. We'll be all right. We Kansas City. We Kansas City. You know, like, nah, y'all got to prove. You got the goat over there, man.
So
A little fighting, yeah. I like that.
I'm just saying,
I
dude.
like that, dog. I like that, dog. Hey, dog. Hey, you know what, man? I like that you said that because I'm hearing a lot of people still don't want to give Tom Brady his due.
1-7.
That man has went to 10 Super Bowls, seven wins. I don't care what kind of scandal, what kind of conspiracy he had attached to him.
Yeah.
That man won 7 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
This year, he's had his most elite
Yeah.
supporting staff.
Yeah.
He had it all.
Yeah.
He had it all. He had an offensive line.
Deep threat.
He had a run. He had running backs. He had wide receivers. He had tight ends. Bruh, this dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they
I
run
don't
the
think so.
table next year.
Cause
I wouldn't be if they can keep their offense together, which I read in the article earlier. Bruce Arians already said that he believes that he can keep most of that offense together. I believe they can run the table.
only reason, like
I believe they can run the
on
table.
paper, I would agree with you. The only reason I say maybe not is because, and this is the NBA word, load management. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I know,
Ain't
but
no
they gonna
load
try to take
management
it
in
easy on
football.
Tom Brady. They gonna try to take it easy. Gronkowski up there, like you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Or is that something you want to shoot for? Or you know what I'm saying? Like they started off slow this year and they just stayed the course. Like, all right, all right. My Bears beat them. Your Rams beat them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So I'm gonna tell you who they have on the schedule next year. They have the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, the Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, and of course they have their division opponents. They also have the Chicago Bears. They play the Eagles, the Redskins. These are away
the
games.
Washington football
So they
team.
play the Eagles, the
Don't call them the
Redskins,
Redskins.
Patriots. I call them what I want.
They're the Washington football team.
So as long as I've known them, they've been the Redskins, and I'm gonna continue to call them the Redskins until they.
It was official
change
today.
their name. I'm not.
They
calling
saying
them
that
the
might
football
even
team.
stick.
I'm not calling them football.
They
team.
saying that might stick.
Yeah, well, you know what, bro? You might as well put them in the CFL. Put them in the CFL. Anyway, let me continue. So their away opponents are the Eagles, the Redskins,
Hardhead.
the Patriots, the Jets, and the Rams. So they come to SoFi Stadium next year. Hopefully, this punk ass Governor Gavin Newsom will allow people to go to the stadium. My first year as a season ticket holder for any pro team, and I wasn't able to
that's
go
on
to
you.
the stadium.
You brought COVID.
Well, that ain't on me.
You
I didn't
shouldn't
wanna
have
get
bought
arrested.
season tickets, and
I didn't
COVID
wanna
would
get
have never
arrested.
happened.
Man, I bought my season tickets
Exactly,
in 2019.
and that's when COVID first appeared. Yeah, okay.
Early 2019.
I blame you. I blame you.
Early 2019. But I mean, granted, their schedule isn't a cakewalk. You have, depending on who the Bears get at quarterback, you have the Buffalo Bills, and depending if the Dolphins stay with Tua. You know, Drew Brees is retiring. The Falcons have a new head coach and new team pretty much. The Panthers pretty much going to be who the Panthers are. We got to. It depends on if Christian McCaffrey is going to be healthy, but they pretty much have a
Oh yeah,
cakewalk back to the
no
playoffs.
doubt, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is a cakewalk, and I honestly believe outside of the Rams,
All right, so
they're going to
let's
run the
let's
table.
just get back to the overall Super Bowl for right now, right? What would you rate?
For sure.
What would you rate the overall? Did you feel like it was a letdown? I should say, like they
No, I don't feel like it was a letdown because what I saw was a well executed game plan. I saw an elite team. I saw two elite teams, but one team wasn't well prepared. It's the bottom line.
So
They wasn't
I,
well prepared.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to take it to that extreme about their level of preparation, right? I say it like this. I put it in a boxing term, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when Deontay Wilder got hit. Sometimes you could be elite, but you ain't never tasted that glove. You know what I'm saying? They got hit in the mouth, dude, and they ain't know how their knees was wobbly the rest of the game. Exactly. That's my point. Like they got hit in the mouth early, and they didn't know how to come back. You know, like I don't know. I thought it was a chance when they got the ball in the second half, and to start the second half, and they start marching down the field. I'm like, okay, maybe they made. Oh shit, they only got 3, and Brady comes right back. Mm-hmm.
So hey, let me ask you this, because I brought something up to you. We was texting back and forth during the game. So a lot of people like, man, Patrick Mahomes, man, you never know. That dude is never out of a play. And I want, you know, because we have a lot of black friends who listen and watch and whatever, who also have kids. Patrick Mahomes being able to make these throws is from his experience
Most
as
definitely.
a baseball player.
Most definitely.
This dude made a throw falling to his knees
Yep.
and hit dude in his face
Yep.
mask.
What that look like?
30 yards
That looked like a
downfield.
backhand in the hole.
Man,
Turn
it
your
looked like-
hips and fire the
Yep.
bitch to first base.
Yep.
What that look? We said it as soon as it happened. Yeah.
When he threw that one on the sideline, I was like, oh, that's one that was in the hole, and he had to turn just to get it to first base. That's the
Was it this
experience
year
of
or last
baseball.
year where he made that throw on the run toward the sideline again, and his hips was going one way, and he.
Oh, that was
Yes,
like
yes.
that was against the Seahawks.
You know what?
I think
If
that
you
was like 2
really
years
look,
ago. Well, I don't think it was last year.
if you really look
It
at
was
that
like 2
play,
years ago. But
that looked like the Derek Jeter play. You know how Jeter used to go?
You mean
No,
the
not
famous
just,
Jeter
just
Jeter?
his signature move, the jump throw. That's kind of
the
how it
jump
looked.
throw?
Like his body's going the opposite way of where he's trying to go.
For sure. Yeah, but you know what? Patrick Mahomes made a amazing throw in the end zone. He's in the end zone, and he threw a side arm. And I kid you not, man, the receiver is running a cross route. He throws the ball, and it misses the defender's helmet by that much. And he completes it. I said, oh, my God. This is why he makes $500 million. Because this dude, he's able to just make the throws.
But see, here's something else
never
too
out
that
of a
like
play.
doctors have talked about. And again, we've got sidetracked. Anytime baseball come up, we're gonna get sidetracked. But doctors have talked about the number of kids in high school that are having Tommy John. The number of it's on the rise. The kids in high school and college that are having Tommy John, and you know why that is? Because they're only playing one sport, right? So there's different throwing mechanics as far as throwing for a quarterback and a baseball player, right? So your muscles get strengthened better in different angles because of the way you throw. So if you're a multi-sport player you're strengthening those muscles, so you got less wear and tear. I don't know, but kids are focusing. It's been study shown. You know what I'm saying? Like kids are focusing on one sport. That's why they get hurt sooner. I don't know.
Yeah, but kids getting Tommy John is also preventive medicine. You know what I'm saying? So they're getting it ahead of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's to me. That's like, yeah. We'll talk. That's a whole
So,
nother
but
day.
anyway, man,
Because
we getting off topic. Yeah, that's a whole nother subject. But anyway, so getting back to the Super Bowl, there were a couple things that I like about this Super Bowl. It, on the scale, getting back to your question, your original question, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate this Super Bowl a 6. Even though I liked it, I rated it a 6 because the other team didn't show up.
see,
I thought this was going to be what Jim Ross say, slobber knocker. I thought this was going to be the teams running up and down the field. This right here, this was poetry in motion, painted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This was poetry in motion. That's the best thing I can describe this as, because what you have is one team dismantling a 15-1 team. That shit. Like these dudes was 15-1. They only lost one game. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they got destroyed. They've been.
You know what I
destroying
describe it
cats
as?
all year.
So you said you gave it a 6, right?
Yep, I give it a 6.
I give it a 5, right? And right, yeah.
Okay,
I was gonna say 4, but I'm like, nah. Because if I see this rematch next year, I'm still gonna be just as hyped. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just right now I'm down the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be just as hyped. So the reason I say 5,
It ain't gonna happen next year.
anyway. Can I finish? Can
It
I
ain't gonna
finish?
happen next year. The
Oh,
Kansas City
okay.
Chiefs are not making it. Okay,
Excuse me.
go ahead.
The reason this what I would compare it to is a Floyd Mayweather pay-per-view event, right? And like Mayweather Pacquiao, right?
Okay.
You all charged up for it, right? And then it becomes this defensive, like
Okay.
it ain't a lot of punches thrown. It ain't a lot, you know what I'm saying? And Mayweather dancing around doing more defensive stuff than offensive. And you've been waiting 10 years to see this, and you get that, right? So it's like it was still good, but it wasn't what I expected. I'm like, I want Pacquiao to knock his head off. I want
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
exactly.
we're ultimately
Yeah,
saying
like
the same
it
thing.
was. Yeah,
We're ultimately saying I expected a slobber knocker.
Yeah.
I expected a high scoring Super Bowl.
but on the
And that
same
ain't what we
time,
got.
but
Kansas
at the
City
same
couldn't even get
token,
in the end zone.
this is like a Game 7 of the World Series that ends 1-0, and you seen the pitch. Well, maybe not 1-0, 4-0.
But that's what we expect.
Nah.
That's what we expect.
4-0.
Yeah, for
4-0.
Okay.
A great pitching perform.
Okay, but we expect Game 7 of the World Series
You
to
would
be
hope.
1-0.
Yeah.
Either 1-0 or 4-3. You know what I'm saying? We expect because that's the best of the best. That's the
Right.
creme de la creme of both leagues. You know what I'm saying? Like just like you have in football, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Kansas City Chiefs are the creme de la creme of the AFC and the NFC. What we're not talking about is that the road Tom Brady took to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He beat Drew Brees. He beat Aaron Rodgers. And then he beat Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. 3 Hall of Famers. And 1 playoff.
3 Hall of Famers in 1 playoff, bro. Like this dude, I don't care what anybody say. Tom Brady. I had this argument this morning with somebody at work. I told him, I said, yo, Tom Brady went to a completely different team, completely different system, and won the Super Bowl. They built that system around Tom Brady. Yes, I'll give you that. But he won the Super Bowl. Another thing we're not talking about, 3 coordinators were men of color. And not one of them got
Todd Bowles used to be the coach of the Jets.
Used to be don't count. That's almost like
I mean, Byron Leftwich
almost
is
in
young.
horseshoes. Nah, that don't count.
Yeah.
It don't
I
matter.
mean, I get what you're saying,
It
but
don't matter. Look what Byron Leftwich did last year with Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston last year threw for 4,800 yards. Yeah, he threw a lot of interceptions. He did. But this is the same system. Byron Leftwich, you see what happened? You get Byron Leftwich a quarterback like Tom Brady, who won't be able to throw that and who won't have the IQ. I'm not saying Jameis Winston is dumb. Please, people, don't jump on me. Jameis Winston is a black man. I get it. Yeah, for sure. We support our people. You know what I'm saying? I uplift our brothers.
I don't know.
But Jameis Winston ain't Tom Brady.
But see, okay. So,
I would take Jameis
Winston over fucking Mitchell Trubisky.
Jameis Winston
Maybe.
ain't Tom Brady.
I don't know. But so okay. Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I'm hoping we
you
get
would.
Deshaun Watson, man, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I could dream, motherfucker. Let me dream. All right. You know what I'm saying? So, right.
Go to sleep then.
So I've been trying to avoid this. I didn't want to bring this into the podcast, right? But since we're talking about it, and you kind of brought it up about the 3 black coordinators, right? Did you feel that the racial diversity thing was forced in the presentation of the Super Bowl?
Bruh, the fact that it was forced and Colin Kaepernick wasn't brought up is a travesty, bro. Colin Kaepernick brought this shit up years ago. Shit is forced, man. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? When y'all motherfuckers got all these, you can't tell me that you trying to push for equality when you got 3 coordinators that's men of color in the Super Bowl. Half of Bruce Arians' staff is of color. He has 2 women on his staff. Nobody's.
I know he happy, but I'm just saying.
Oh, of course.
So
Of course, he gonna run the table next year. What he do in his Super Bowl post game? He said, "You know what? I did nothing. This is all my coordinators." He gave all his credit to the people of color.
could that have been? I don't know.
What, staged? Nah, because Bruce Arians didn't do shit.
What does he does? What
Todd
that
Bowles and
statement
Byron Leftwich
ingratiates
won that Super
itself
Bowl.
with the people that look at things like that. Like I've never really thought about the 3 coordinators being black. You know what I'm saying?
What
Like,
you mean?
so that's what. But
He didn't say his 3 coordinators were black. All he said was, "I did nothing."
yeah, no, I'm just
My
saying it
people
goes
did all
hand
the
in hand with what you're saying. Like that could been to ingratiate himself with people like you. But back to my question of it being forced, right? Like, here's the problem I always have.
Before we move on, because I want to go back, because before Bruce Arians took the Tampa Bay job, what he said was, if Byron Leftwich isn't available, I'm not taking the job. So that was a package deal. He hitched his horse to Byron Leftwich, and Byron Leftwich won him a Super Bowl.
So my thing is, if this is true, like, because the NFL be donating $250 million towards racial injustice and things of that nature, or whatever. I see your face. So is this a one and done thing, right? As as I always said, as I've said on our previous podcast, when we discuss these type of issues, it's like you can't only do this shit for a certain period of time and expect change, right? So at next year's Super Bowl, are you gonna get another black artist to sing the Negro at national anthem? Are you gonna have another black artist sing the halftime show? Which we'll talk about that. Um, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna have like and to complete like see to me it was forced because you put Jasmine Sullivan with the country singer Church. Forgot his first name. It just slipped my mind. Jason Church, I want to say, but
I know you talking.
it's like, are you gonna? It's just all seen. You got the president of the United States issuing his statement before the Super Bowl. Like, you got the Lombardi.
It was a joke.
The virtualization of Vince Lombardi. Like all of that. Like it's like all right. I'll put it like this.
Look, man.
Let me clean this up for people that might get offended or upset. If it stays consistent for more than just this year and maybe next year, if I see the same level of consistency 5 years down the line, I will come back and recant my statement that this was forced. Like right now, to me, this all seems like political and financial pandering. You know what I'm saying? At the times that we're in, right? Like,
you know what my thing is? Don't force it.
exactly.
Just let it happen.
Exactly.
Don't tell me what you're doing. Just do
Exactly.
it. You know
Real
what I'm saying?
gangsters moving
Just
silence.
do it.
You know, so
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
see, I was trying not to get that in here.
You want more black people? You want more black people in your league? You want to support black business? You want to support the community? Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Make football fees in the inner city are crazy. Snoop Dogg, we talked about this before. Snoop Dogg created the league. I don't know what his fees are now, but
Right.
when he first started the league, every kid played for free. They got helmet, pads.
the insurance alone is
They play for free.
the
Snoop funded the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, the insurance alone is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But don't tell me what you're doing. You broadcasting it to me because you want me to feel some type of way. You want me to be like, oh man, see, the NFL ain't so bad.
Yep.
You know, no, fuck that. Because just a couple days ago, there was a report that came out that said the CTE that you give white players and the CTE that you give black players are two different ends of the spectrum. They're evaluated differently.
that goes back to yeah. Let's not go there. Back to yeah.
Man, hey, you know what, bro?
Yeah.
Fuck all that shit. Let's get back to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I
The
changed his
weekend.
name this morning. He is now either to be referred to as Monday morning or the day after. It's like straight up. From now on, he is either Monday morning or he's the day after. Right? So like, and here's my thing. I'm not like the performance probably was good, right? But so here's my this is how I felt about the performance. If I was in the other
It was
room,
bad.
like making me some snacks for second half, and I heard it, I'd have been cool. But the fact that I sat here and tried to watch it pissed me off, right? Like, I mean,
His performance was bad. It was bad. It to me, it was one of the worst halftime performances I've ever seen.
yeah. So, all right. My biggest problem was the lip sync, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm watching the first. Yeah, I'm watching the first part of the performance, right? And I notice it right away, right? And I'm upset because I got my new OLED TV and I'm like, yeah. And I see it so crystal clear. Like, this dude is like 2 bars off, right? So I'm trying to think about it. So I'm like, okay, the stadium's not filled, right? So maybe because the sound's not bouncing off enough bodies to make it sync up better. Man, I'm telling you, I'm trying to find because we got friends that do right.
You trying
So
you trying to
because
give them an out.
I got
Sure.
friends, one of them that do sound engineering, right? So at that point, I'm like, well, whoever the sound engineer is, high or drunk or need to be smacked, right? Because they didn't account for this shit in sound check and in rehearsal, right? So then I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. Stop looking at it that close. Stop looking at it that close. It progressively got worse, right? And then I'm like, now I can't stop seeing it. I couldn't stop seeing it, right? So, and that was just, to me, that was my biggest part about it. Like, and then, again, to go political, it was like, he made another statement where everybody, all his dancers were men. Uh, it felt like he was trying to make a statement with that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just that old man.
I have one thing. I have one thing for the weekend's performance. So, 2 thumbs down. Whoever decided on the weekend need to be fired.
Okay, so let's slow down for a second, right? So after the lip sync issue, right? I went to, did he have the right kind of music for a Super Bowl performance, right? Right. So I'm like, so he was put in a trick bag to begin with.
No.
The man, I give him props. The man spent $7 million of his own money for this performance, right? Because to perform at the Super Bowl halftime, that elevates your career. Like, that $7 million he spent is potentially could earn him $100 million, right? So I'm thinking, like, what do you mean?
I disagree with you. Performing at the Super Bowl halftime show,
Right, but no, it
career
exposes you to an
right
audience
there.
that didn't know who you were, right? You got some people that didn't know who the Weeknd were. Not it.
And guess what?
Yeah, and they probably sitting back like, why they get this dude?
Ain't doing it no
you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Did they pick him up this weekend?
Yeah, right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Did y'all listen to him sing during the week? What the fuck? What happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And I'm not trying to get on him. Like I said, I love his music. If I was in the other room and just hearing the music, I would have been fine. That lip syncing, it felt like Milli Vanilli was doing the halftime show.
I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna knock him for his craft,
I don't know.
but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. I think that this was especially for him.
Yeah,
doing
so
it
that
by
goes back
himself,
to my evaluation too. I'm
he
like,
ain't Beyonce.
right.
He ain't Katy Perry.
But he is. But wait,
he ain't none of them people, dog.
you just
Michael
contradicted
Jackson.
yourself.
He ain't
The
Prince.
invitation says that he is close to that. The invitation to do that says he's close to that. You just contradicted yourself.
He
The
ain't,
inv-
he ain't
Okay.
even close. No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I did not. He ain't what I said.
Right.
He ain't Beyonce.
Exactly. I agree.
He ain't Michael Jackson. He ain't Prince. Those 3 people that I just named, can turn up and they can do it by themselves.
Right.
The Weeknd could have came out with somebody else, but it ain't no way he should have did a halftime show by himself. He could do it with somebody else. I don't care.
He should have called to the.
But that ain't your bag, bro. J-Lo and Shakira. I don't even remember what songs they sang.
Right, like seriously, like. Yeah, exactly.
I don't even remember. I don't even know what songs they sang.
Exactly. They brought Pitbull.
But that's the Miami culture. You know what I'm saying? I get it. They brought Pitbull. They brought Shakira, J-Lo.
He should. What he should have did.
You know what I'm saying?
I forgot. I don't know.
Didn't they bring like Luke?
So what he should have did, what he should have did is after the first song, when he went to go wherever he went, and it took him a while to get down toward the football field, he should have been like, "Hey, did her leave the building yet? And Jasmine, can you tell them motherfuckers to get dressed, get back out here with me? Like, like, her up."
You stupid. But hey, but you know what, man? Real talk, I think that the best part of his performance was when he was running through the Hall of Mirrors. I thought he was going to get somebody else. I was like, oh, who he bringing out? You know what I'm saying? But it was just more of him.
I think he was in an accident or something a few months back, and his face was bandaged for a while. So I think that was part of it. I mean, I thought like the choreography and stuff looked decent, but I was stuck on the lip syncing and the.
I'm gonna tell you, I watched the Super Bowl. I watched the Super Bowl with my youngest son, because my youngest son, for some reason, he likes to watch football. Well, he likes to watch sports and he likes to talk sports. So it's kind of something we did together yesterday. And he and I, during the halftime performance, we were just on our phones. After the first 5 minutes, so it was like, okay, when is this going to be over? And it was him by himself, man, and he doesn't have the catalog for that. The halftime show is something that's supposed to be like.
He does have a catalog here. It's just, I think it was just the delivery. He approached his delivery wrong, right? He has the catalog. I think it was the presentation and delivery.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. I take your word for it.
But like,
I'm not a fan of the
I was listening to Sirius XM today, the Sway in the Morning show, and there's been contradictory reports. Like, some people said it was trash. Some people said it was amazing. So, right.
Yeah, but you're always gonna have people on both sides of the spectrum here. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna think it's trash, i.e., me.
No, I didn't say it was good.
Some people think it was good.
I was agreeing with you, dude. Hey, look.
You think it was trash?
We started 2021 on agreement on most things, dude. Now you gonna put that on me? Hold on, dude.
Well, I mean, but you know what, man? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? And the Super Bowl was a letdown. Enough of the Weeknd. Enough of the Kansas City Chiefs. Enough of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you think about the commercials?
Like I said, I was working during the first half, so I didn't see many of the real big ones. One of our buddies told me to watch that T-Mobile commercial with Tom Brady and Gronkowski. It was pretty fun. Yeah.
That was the best commercial. That was the best commercial. You know what I'm saying? That one and the one with Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton. And those are the best commercials.
Yeah.
The Cardi B with
They tried.
Wayne's World. Oh my God, bro.
But see,
They tried. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the commercials tried. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the commercials, and I get it. Commercials during the Super Bowl are not what they used to be. We used to have Super Bowls where there were no repeat commercials. and
Oh, yeah.
everybody was
Well,
like,
I mean,
you
and at
had
this
people
point,
watching the Super
you
Bowl
can
just for the
get
commercials.
previews of the commercials before the Super Bowl because there's leaks all over the internet. Yeah, it's like you
Yeah, and that
like the
sucks.
Budweiser
That
commercial. You
sucks.
when the
It's
frogs
like,
first
bro,
came
come
out,
on.
you was like, oh, next year what the fuck they gonna do with the frogs? Budweiser, you know,
Bruh.
you know what I'm saying? Like, what are they gonna do
Bruh.
next year? You know, like
But
it's
yeah,
none of that
yeah,
anymore.
that,
Like,
yeah. What was that one commercial?
oh yeah,
You had
what's up?
the homies.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, them
yeah.
cats,
For
man.
years,
You know what
nigga,
I'm saying? You
motherfuckers,
had people walking around for months
motherfuckers
doing
still
that
do that
shit.
shit. You
You know
probably
what
hear
I'm
that
saying?
shit
So,
tomorrow.
yeah, for years, yeah, right, yeah.
Like,
Right.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. I bet not.
I like the
Nah,
scoop.
bro,
There
it's
it is
2021.
commercial.
You chill the fuck out.
Shit.
But man, but all in all, man, I think that it was a good Super Bowl. Like I said, I rated a 6.
I'm not gonna say they ain't
6 out
show
of
up,
10,
brother.
only
They
because
got the
one of
brakes
the
beat
teams
off them,
didn't
but I'm
show
not gonna
up.
say they didn't show up.
You
Dude.
rated a 5.
They got punched in the mouth early, and they didn't know how to
They didn't
respond.
show up, man. That the only person showed up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, for the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
That man is an elite quarterback.
Yeah.
And I wish his team would have showed up. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Tom Brady
Is the GOAT.
doesn't take away from that fact.
I suppose. I mean, yeah, he the GOAT. Fuck it, he the GOAT.
Whatever, bro. Yeah, he the GOAT. You got to give it to him. You got to give
He
it
got
to
more
him.
Super
That
Bowls
man
wins
has
than
seen
any
more
other
Super
team.
Bowls than teams. Didn't. Yep. He has
And the
more
New
Super
England Patriots.
next in
'Cause he
line
won
the
6 with
Pittsburgh
them.
Steelers. Yep. Because he won 6 with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, but it is what it is. I like the football season. I like what happened. You know, my Dodgers won the World Series. The hometown Lakers won the NBA Finals. Fuck them though. The Cubs still suck. Chris Bryant will be in the Dodger uniform in 2021.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Let's get
You,
it.
America.
You know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
you.
But,
Man, you say that shit every day, dude. Like, that's what grind my gears. Y'all, we wasn't gonna do a grinding the gears segment. That right there, every day hearing that Chris Bryant going to the Dodgers, man, that grinds my gears. Shut that shit up. So, man, you just fired me up for no reason.
For sure. You know, so it's gonna be an exciting year, man. You know, definitely 2021 is already starting off better than 2020. We lost a lot of people during 2020. Last year, we kind of fell off on the podcast, you know, understandably so.
Yeah.
You know, people were dealing with a lot of COVID issues.
Yeah.
And we're going to get back on it this year. You know what I'm saying? We got some big big things planned for this year.
Yeah.
And we're going to get to it, bro.
We have to
This is
light the
only
fire a little bit, get the sparking going.
You know what I'm saying?
As y'all can see, we got a new platform we're using.
For sure.
We're gonna try to be more consistent, like you said, man. Like the COVID, we was doing good during the period.
No.
Definitely.
We will be more consistent. We will incorporate our listeners and invite people to the show. We will engage in better conversations. You know what I'm saying? We listen to the people.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what I'm saying?
On that note, dude,
We're going to get some things cracked.
I guess. Peace. We out.
That's all, folks.
You've been listening to Dre and Runs.
All right, I gotta piss. I'll be back.